Well, today I'm going to paint this lovely scene from Bedford. And can you see these lovely colours? I've actually painted this in the past in watercolour, but I came across this lovely photograph here and got lots of challenges. I've got this lovely yellow here and the darks here, and I like the boughs, branches there, the quick boughs, and so you can see a lot of sky holes, so you can actually see the cloud and the sky from behind. And got a challenge to get all this yellow reflection, the swans and the rowers here, and the boathouse, a little dark under there. But in the background, of course, we've got this lovely bridge and the church behind there, and this nice tree as well. So I'm going to crack on and do that, see how I go. I've got the canvas sort of toned. I've got my colours here on my tear-off palette, so I'll go through some of them here. I've got yellow ochre there, ultramarine, cerulean, sap green, viridian, cadmium red, crimson alizarin, burnt umber, raw sienna, and a little bit of umber there, burnt umber I think. We've got some Naples yellow here. That might be useful. Cadmium yellow and cadmium red, and obviously titanium. So I think what I'll do, I'll just map it in first of all, and let's see what we can do. Just get the general shapes there. So I'm going to use a little bit of umber there, a little bit of ultramarine. I want to keep a fairly loose, very thin mixture, I should say, because I want to lay over all these lighter colours and the shape of the tree. So I've got it coming in here, and we've got, just looking at my horizon, is sort of above halfway, which I would say is somewhere like this. And we've got a massive tree coming down over here, another one here, and we've got the riverside, the river line is coming in about like this, and here coming in about to our vanishing point here, and we've got our bridge just kind of come over here like this, and we got that little church in the background there. Got a big tree here, willow tree, projecting into the scene like that. I've got shadows under. I've got a tree here, big yellow tree, and a little tree showing here with very little foliage on. So we'll try and do that in. I'm just looking at the relationships of every mass to the main features, like our bridge here. How far does this come in? We've got a tree here, just to the left here. the masses here, and we've got some darks under here, and with the boathouse, elements of the boathouse there, and shadows here, and we've got our people with their boats here, the rowers, and this is a massive of trees here and colour. Trying to squint my eye, and I think that little bit of willow tree is actually a steeper angle than that. Come in and like this, really. Some more umber. As I say, I'm going to keep it very loose, I think. I wanted to put that in because I wanted to establish that shadowy area. So I'm going to put a little bit of ultramarine in there, and just, as I say, this is just reminding me where to keep these darker elements. So let's get a bit of liquid on there. Yes, and I think another tree here, the willows here, got some characters here, and a water's edge along there, and we've got sort of darker areas here, dark hedge under there, a little bit of dark under there, and we've got a sort of shadow area under this big willow tree. It sort of takes this form. Coming out like this. People here, shadows under here. But let's map in some of this. Again, so this is just a little reminder at this stage of where I need to have my darker, in more, obviously more appropriate colours than I'm showing at the moment. In fact, there's a shadow, there's a boathouse here. All the rowers store their boats, and this shadows right across here. This is a big yellow tree here and here, so we've got a lot of yellow reflection which we're going to get down there. And again, squinting my eye, just looking at the big picture, the form rather than what it actually is. I'm not saying to myself this is any particular point, just trying to see them as shapes. So it's going to be a nice greeny shape through there, and I think that tree is too big, so that will be coming there, but we'll put the sky in as we go. So let's get some gloves on, because I need to keep wiping my brush. Certainly it's important to keep the colours clean, so you've got to wipe off your brush. So where should we go? So we traditionally put your darks in, so let's get a bigger brush, I think. Let's see what we've got. It's a bit bigger than that. Yes, let's go for a nice filbert. Right, we've got this one, number 4. And let's try and establish some of these colours more accurately. I've got to keep it really thin if I want to be able to put in these colours over it, because this is going to be alla prima. That's all in one session. Let's see what I'm doing here. There's a path comes along here, so we've got to get some of those lights in. So I've got some yellow ochre here, so in my mixture there with my different browns, so that can lighten it up a little bit now. We can put in some darker colours, darker yellows, more intense chroma. So just a very thin mixture. I'm using my poppy seed oil, helping thin it a little bit. Under here, where my brush is there, I will have a nice green, a little bit of green. Got this embankment along here. Let's get some more of that yellows coming along. Yellow ochre. Just blocking in. And it goes a little bit darker in some of those plots. You can do that now. And a little darker area comes almost up to the church there, but I don't want too much colour in that far distance. I want to push them back. I want some atmospheric perspective. Gets a little bluer, lighter, more blue in the distance. A little more shape to that. Right, and in here we have that concrete. Now I mustn't get that too bright, so I'm going to put a bit of ochre with that. Of course I'll be having some shadows along here. Shadow area here. So let's just see if we can suggest some big slab of concrete which they have here. Let's get some more oil so it helps. I've got some liquid as well, which is really handy. That helps you get the paint off of your brush onto your canvas easier. So I'm going to have some rowers here and some shadows, and under here this lighter colour here. It's great to walk along this embankment actually, winter or summer. It's very nice. And we've got some sort of yellowy shadow coming across here. Let's see if we can deal with that more accurately. So just gentle area to get the rough tones, and we've got to put the water in as well, which we will do. Shadowed area all here. A little bit of yellow coming in here. Right. Right. Yes, I think this here is a lot brighter than here, but we can put a little bit of a lighter tone. I'm going to get a bit of my Naples yellow there to brighten up a little bit in there. Comes right up to my willow tree there. And some light in here too, yes. I define these trees a lot better as I go. Right. And then just in here, I have some green. So I'm going to, as I see it, let's put it in. This is some sap green. It's a nice bit of the embankment here. It's a little bit too fierce. Let's dull that down a bit. We'll bring this tree down over here as we go. A little bit of green into that shadow, I think. Yes, we'll deal with that shadow area a little better, but I'm going to put a little bit of ultramarine in there. So just a shadow, tree there, another one there as well. Right, now let's just a mass of water here. A little greeny out here. Sap green, some titanium here. See the sap green there, a bit of titanium just right down there, and put some in here. A little bit raw sienna, I think. We need to take it down a little bit. It's a bit too green, too vivid. Going through this ugly phase now, where it's a bit daunting. You think, oh no, my colours are way off. You'll see as we get a bit better. Let's put some raw sienna more with this. A little bit of raw sienna. Darker. That's better, and put a bit of ultramarine in my mix as well. That was take it down a little bit. That's better. We've got a big shadow area here as well. As I said, this shadow area is going to come right across there, so we'll be dealing with that. It basically comes like this. All across there. green. When we put some of these sky reflection colours in, they will come together, I think, a little bit better. All right. Put some raw sienna here. This a little bit of burnt umber as well, I think, to bring that colour down. Some ultramarine and some burnt sienna. Yes, it goes. Boathouse here and the buildings. Yes. A few darks under there. Reflections or shadow. Right. Soften the edges, some of these things. Right. Now let's think. I think I need to block in a little bit here. Using some of my ochre to step up some of the approximations that we have to have. Come in with a finer brush over this and get some more accurate colours as we go. I could do it now, well, as I say, in this first session, but might be something for coming in on another session, maybe tomorrow, and put in the finer details of branches. I might do that actually. I like to paint alla prima because I think it adds something to it. You've got a freshness that you get with it. Put a little bit of Naples yellow in there. Give me some lighter tones. Some yellow ochre there. I've actually got some oranges as well, which we could use in places. My underpainting is helping me as well. Being that sort of goldeny colour there. Now let's get a little bit of Naples in here and on this face as well. That's a little bit too bright, so we'll get our bit of our cadmium yellow. I have to get these edges right as well. They've got to be soft. If you have too many hard edges in the wrong place, anyway, they looks like your tree is sort of a cutout, or any form is a bit of a cutout, and you don't want that. You want it to read as part of it. Get some more yellow, I think, into my mixture. Get some liquid. Help it come off my brush a bit better. You see here, fairly stiff mixture. Some yellow down in some of these places, I think. So I'm using a mixture of cadmium yellow, Naples yellow ochre as well. A little too bright under there, so I'm using my photo reference as a bit of a guide, but only that. It is just that, a guide. It suits. I actually need a little bit of red in that, so I think I'm going to put a little bit of crimson alizarin there. I'll dull that down. A small hint of colour in there. This. Right, let's should we put some sky in? Some more yellow, perhaps in... Oh, that's wrong. Yes, I want it to reflect this. I think we need a bit more orange in that. So it's reflecting this overhanging willow here. And this yellow is coming all out here. A little greener in some of these places. That's got a little bit of iridium there actually to step up my greeny mixture just a little bit. We're going to have in here the boats, of course. Let's go. I've just spied a bit of dark. We need more dark in here. There's some bright blue under there too. But let's get some sparkle in this water now. So we're going to get some some titanium and some cerulean, I think. Let's get that in. It's right out there. Put some sparkle in the water. Got to soften these edges, which we will do. So just trying to get some tones in. Yes, we've got to take this down a lot. On this edge, got to bring that in. Bluer, I think. Yes, we use some green and some yellow ochre here. Take this down a little bit. Bring some greeny blues in here. Much darker. Let's put some umber there. We'll soften these edges up as we go. Sort of muddy, olivey green, which is what it is. Blend it in with that brighter sparkle area though. Got to keep your strokes horizontal to give the illusion of flat water, which it is, of course. It's getting much darker down here. Yes, we need some dark greens in here, so comes across here. I lost the blue, which I needed there. There you go, back to your cerulean. Comes under there. And that shadowy colour across here. Mustn't forget our yellow. We've got a major part of this scene is the reflection of this yellow here. Using some cadmium yellow. I could put a little bit of orange with it actually. It is a little bit orangey. Yes, that's a bit better. Some ochre. Try to vary the colours as I go. orangey colour there, darker greens in areas as well. Right, let's go for the sky, I think now. Let's put that in. More yellow here though, orangey yellow. Lighten it a little bit, put a bit of our Naples yellow in there, gives a nice sunlight effect there, if there was, coming along like this, and under there. In fact, while I see it, I can quite marked, actually comes out under that tree. Although I can see, need to re-establish that shadow shape under there, and also that trunk in a bit better there. Right, let's go for the cloud, for the sky. Might help. Got to keep those darks down there though. Right, okay, let's clean off the brush, see if we can't put some sky in and start pulling it together. And I've got to work on these trees, of course. I've got to do that with a fine brush though. More under a shadowy area here. We've got our rowers launching their boats as well. We'll do that. There we go there. Right, onto that sky. So let's make sure the brush is clean. Right, now we want some titanium and some cerulean. Yes, I can do that. I can cut in a little bit into my trees as well, help show the shape and the form a little bit better. It's quite a nice blue sky actually, so let's not be mean. Get some seed oil. It gets a lot cooler into the distance, of course. So compensate for that by putting more titanium in there. Right. Added a little bit of ultramarine there as well. I wanted to step up the intensity a little bit. So I've got a mixture of ultramarine now and cerulean. I think we'll put our church in later. I'll have something to show there. Now, is it blue enough? I don't think it is. Let's go and step that up a little bit. Let's make it more dramatic. On the top, anyway. There were a few clouds showing, but we can put those in. Invariably lighter in the distance towards our horizon. I want to put some little cloud shapes in the sky. There's kind of wispy clouds actually. They were on this day. So a nice band of white. wispy across the sky. Right, now I'm going to stand back a little bit and look through my camera on my screen. I think it looks a bit better through my screen than it does when I'm close up to it, but I think when you put the details it will probably come together. So I'm going to use some of this blue colour. Yes, I think that's what's needed. Something a bit bluer and brighter to reflect our sky a little bit. Again, it's about getting these soft edges. Yes, a little bit of brighter blue along here. Again, checking my reference. Now, what should I do? Should I get on with the... I think I need to do my more work on some of these trees. Let's get some it's our Naples yellow. Little bits of orange as well, actually, and orangey bits. Some yellow ochre. Yes, I think we need more ochre. But we want some dark elements as well. Otherwise we won't show the form of the tree. It sort of bows out here. And we've got some darker little bits here above this tree. And I think I need it darker in here too. So let's get some of that ultramarine and some of that. Yes, that's what we need. We need something to give us contrast. I've got to get this tree in here as well. I think we'll deal with that with a thin rigger brush. Let's just get some of the dark form in if I can. Just looking, trying to see shapes. A little bit projecting out like this. And in here, coming into this tree form here, there was another one. And a little dark flecks as well. Which I can see. It was a green, a little bit of a conifer here. So let's take advantage of a little bit of colour there. More green in that garden over here, this area of embankment. I can also see greens along here too. Little green hedges along here, and let's see if we can right, let's get a smaller brush. Let's get some little skinny one. What have I got here? This is a number 4. A tiny one. So what I'm going to try and do, see if I can get some shapes in. For instance, there's a bough comes in here, like that. Well, there we have the my completed painting of Bedford Embankment, with the lovely bridge in the background there, and the church in the town square. And we've got the rowers. They've just launching their boats, and these willow trees, a few swans. Quite a challenge to get the water right, actually. I'm not sure I have, but I can always come back in a day or two and reevaluate it, because there's a blue band up here reflecting the sky, and then we've got a green element here reflecting the shadows here and here. I've still managed to retain some of the yellow here, and a little green here in this park to the right. Put in that tree, and sort of generally done some work on this big launching pad here, and the pathway here. So I'm reasonably happy, but I can always do better. But I've certainly captured the lovely yellow, which I wanted. It's quite a challenge to get the leaves and the branches coming down here. The dark, perhaps I could make them a little darker over the background yellow. But as I said, you don't have to follow exactly your photograph, as long as you capture the essence of what it is you wanted to capture. That's a good thing to say, of course. What do I really want to capture in my painting, and address yourself to that. I've got these trees in the background, just behind these willows, and but I've mainly got this colours right. That was the challenge. But I think I might darken up on that maybe tomorrow and bring down some of those things in a darker colour. And yes, I think I might do that. But anyway, if you like this, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already done that. So thanks for watching.